What's up there, YouTube? Section 333 here. How you doing today? Smoking the last of my original tin of Old Ironside. Since we are still in the month of March, I am smoking it in my 2017 St. Patrick's Day pipe. It's not very tightly packed. There wasn't much tobacco left in it, but I didn't want it to go to waste, so I'm smoking it. So, had a little vacation last week, staycation. You work so hard, you do get some time off. You want to decompress a little bit. Spring was coming, so I just had a birthday, and so spent some time with my mom. Unfortunately, before I picked my mom up at my sister's, she had fallen. She is okay. She did get a big welt on the eye. Thank God she's not on any blood thinners or anything like that. I mean, other than having, unfortunately, a very sad disease called Alzheimer's and dementia. She, from a cardiac standpoint, she's doing quite well. So she's not on any blood thinners. So she just had a shiner. And she did all right. She did okay. But she fell at my sister's, unfortunately. And it's just one of the things about, as we get older, our parents get older. My father passed away when I was very young, so about 15 when he passed away. But my mom did a really good job of raising me. Her brothers as well, my two uncles. And they were very good influences in my life, as far as male role models, positive male role models. And I said this before when the Gillette commercial came out about toxic masculinity, and that commercial just really got me so steamed, because the behavior you saw was like none of the men that I grew up around. Maybe that's how young men act today. I don't know. I have daughters. But like I said, fortunately, they seem to be with very upstanding, good young men that treat my daughters with respect, as they better have. But, it's one of those things, though. Like I said, my mother did an amazing job. She's a very strong woman, very hardworking woman, and, made sacrifices so that I had every advantage she could give me in life, and my sister as well. She did her best. I've never felt disadvantaged in my life, and I've never felt set upon by anybody, and I've never had to see somebody else do something to think that, oh, I could be that too. No, if I wanted to do something, I tried it. That's just how it was. But like I said, I've always felt that positive role models of men are very good aspects of growing up. It's an important aspect of growing up, and both parents are very important. And to diminish the role of either parent is remiss, and it's irresponsible, because mothers, and my father used to say this all the time, fathers are there to push, mothers are there to catch. Well, sometimes the mothers do the pushing and the fathers catch. People pick up on what their role is. And my mother did have to take on, at times, both roles of mother and father at times. I remember a couple of years that I gave my mother Father's Day cards as well. when I got older, because she did take on both roles in my life. Uh, and like I said, but I was fortunate enough that my best friend Eric, his father Lou, he was there for me. And I was fortunate enough that my mother's brothers were there for me, Charles and Jimmy. And I was fortunate enough that my buddy Tom, his father, Tom, as well, he was there for me. And, you know, because they, you know what it is? I think the when you're a good man and you see a young man who's trying, wants to make a difference in his life, wants to make a difference in everyone else's life, you'll help him. Same thing with a young woman. You'll help her, you know, because you want to raise as many good young men and good young women as the world can take, you know. And one of the good things, important things about raising a boy to be a good young man and a strong young man, and being strong does not mean being aggressive or being a bully or anything like that. Being strong is being able to do things that you don't necessarily want to do. Being strong means, to me, I may not cry when you're crying about something because I'm trying to be strong for you, to show you to that there's emotional support for you. I'm trying to be strong for someone else. I may go in the room and cry later. You may not see it, you know, but you know, that's being strong to me. Yeah, it's also physical strength too. It is physical strength as well. Some things are hardwired into our millions of years of human DNA, or a million years of DNA, or a couple 100,000 years of DNA. Nobody really knows how long people have been around with accurate measure, I should say. We have ideas. But this Old Ironsides, I love Dan Tobaccos. I really do. The way I love anything that they put Lataki in, I love. But so as I was saying, the raising a good young man is important, because, and being a good father, even raising a good young woman is important just as well, because you want to raise a good young woman because you wanted to see a good male example, because you wanted to see what is acceptable in a relationship and what to reject in a relationship. If she grows up seeing her father being not as nice to the mother, or being abusive or whatever, then she's going to think that's acceptable behavior growing up. And when she gets in a relationship, she might gravitate to something like that, and she may not realize that she's in a toxic relationship. And in the same respect, the same thing can happen to a young man being raised. Is if he doesn't see you treating his mother the right way, or treating the woman in his life, the mother figure in his life, the appropriate way, he's not going to know how to treat her, and he is going to be toxic in any relationship that he's in with a woman. So it's one of the most important things you do as a human being is raising your child to be a good person. Ultimately, it's so important. I can't emphasize it enough. I said, don't want to get too preachy out here. Really just came out to enjoy some tobacco on a nice sunny day. It was a beautiful day today. Took the cars out. Washed them the other day when it was more overcast, but there was no rain coming. So I did wash them both down, and I used the hoseless wash, what they call a hoseless wash, or waterless wash. Surprisingly got them very, very clean. Can't wait till the weather's really nice. I mean, I did put a little, I wouldn't say polish, but I put the glaze down and a sealant and then a wax. When the weather gets real nice, I'll do a little paint correction, polish them up with the orbital polisher, and then get them going. So, like I said, smoking the 2017. This was their return to green St. Patrick's Day pipe. Another beautiful St. Patrick. They really did a marvelous job on their St. Patrick's Day pipes. And they actually make very nice pipes, Peterson. Don't anybody fool you. Even their cheaper or lower end models, which this is one of their lower end models, in all honesty. Wow. A whole bunch of birds just flew over, and it sounded like a giant bird flew over. That is so weird. Boy, they were moving fast, and they were all tiny little things. Oh, gorgeous day out today. Hope everybody got to spend some time outside today. Back to work tomorrow for me. Like I said, I've been off for a few days, but I enjoyed it because even though Mom had the shiner, I got to spend some time with my mother and hang out with her. It's so funny. She won't necessarily remember what we had for breakfast or if we fed the dog and things like that. But I'll put on like Frank Sinatra music or Perry Como, or what's the other one she likes? She loves Sam Cooke. Put something like that on, and she remembers the words to those songs. It's so weird. But she reverts to that when she was much younger. And this little one got a haircut. Hey, you want to come up, Boo? Come on, show everybody a haircut. Yeah. Look who got a haircut. Yeah. And you still smell good, too. All right, that's a good thing. So, yeah, someone got a haircut on Saturday. And you got a lot of haircuts. You look like a different dog. You look like you lost 15 pounds. Right. Get on down. Go get him. You coming back up, aren't you? Yes, you are. Go ahead. So, yeah, did a nice staycation. My wife was off, too, so that was very nice that she got to hang out with my mom as well. They enjoy each other's company. My wife, I don't know if I've mentioned this, if I'm starting to repeat myself in the videos. She is taking up paint by numbers. She loves to do it. It's very relaxing, she says. Gives her something to do. It's better than us watching television. So one of the things I do, I might practice another language. Right now I'm teaching myself German. And I am also teaching myself how to build model cars from when I was a kid. So I'm reverting too. But it gives you something to do. In that time frame, in that evening. The world has changed so much. If you go back to the homestead days, in the evenings, there was no television, there was no radio, things like that. And I think radio might have been better than television because you could still get your news, so to speak. You could listen to music, you could use your imagination when you listen to the radio show, when they told stories, things like that, and mysteries. But back in the homestead days, people you did things in the evenings. You would, because there was no television, there was no radio, you would practice playing your guitar, your banjo. You would work on a musical instrument. You would sew. You would create things. You would whittle. You smoked your pipe. That's why I think the YouTube pipe community is so important, believe it or not. Because I think our slogan should just be slow down. Slow down. Because if you don't slow down, next thing you know, you think you're moving past everything. Meanwhile, everything's past you, you know? So to me, it's important that you slow down and take the time. And you know, it's funny. My wife and I'm working on a model. She's doing the painting, and will listen to some music, and the time flies real quick. Now it's time for bed, you know. But we sit, we talk, you know, and I think that's one of the best things because we work so late, we don't really get to talk to each other over dinner about our day. But when we're off, it's nice to have that time to spend with them, you know. Very nice. Like I said, nobody manipulates Latakia quite like these guys, like Dan Tobacco. And it's so loosely packed right now. This is burning so fast because it was relatively dry when I went to smoke it, but probably should have humidified it a little bit more. There's a cardinal up there. We have some of the nicest birds in this neighborhood. That is one thing I really love, actually. You know, for a suburban neighborhood, we do have very lovely birds because there's a lot of trees. This is very good stuff. And so that's right. Like I said, I don't want to rant, rave, or anything like that. Just came out, smoked the pipe, chat a little bit with you guys. Show off my dog's fancy new haircut. You ready? You want to come down? All right. Finally, there's something you want to chase. Go get it. Go get it. There's a bird hopping around in the leaves over there. I know she's going to go after it. Like I said, there's almost a cinnamon quality to the way that they do Latakia. It's almost like a cinnamon roll meets barbecue, so to speak. It's a perfect amount of smoky. All right. Thank you all very much. Section 333 signing out. It's probably going to be my last video for March. Might do one more. We'll have to see. But I hope everybody has a good day. Hope everybody has a good rest of the week. And a very beautiful weekend. And I will be working for the weekend, but that's all right. That's all right. You want to be working. All right. You guys be good. Section 333 out.